I really had high hopes that today was going to be a day without having to talk about a Belen game. And I can understand that some of you believe that I'm giving it free advertising. Even when I have told you in my past three videos that the book is not worth your time or energy. So I don't know how that marketing would work unless you enjoy self inflicted discomfort. But the thing is that Belen Game was released today, and among the outrageous claims that have absolutely zero credibility, because there are exactly zero sources' names, one stands out. That Meghan actually revealed that one of the two royal racists that were obsessed talking about Archie's skin tone is none other than King Charles, then Prince of Wales. But there is a catch. You remember that I had mentioned in a previous video that Scobie said he knew the names of the royal family offenders, but he couldn't name them because of UK laws. Then imagine my shock today when I opened Twitter first in the morning and I stumble upon the tweets of Rick Evers, a Dutch royal commentator who had the Dutch version of Endgame on his hands. And part of this summary he was doing on Twitter claimed that not only were Meghan and Charles exchanging physical correspondence, something that I find it really hard to believe, since you know that any physical correspondence would leave easy trace to be leaked or even modified or tampered in any way for the Harkle's benefit. But, it so happens that said letters were about Charles trying to dissuade Meghan of thinking that the comments about Archie and Archie's skin tone were made in bad faith or something. And yeah, you heard that right. Charles was trying to dissuade Meghan, to present Meghan like she had the higher ground and Charles had done something wrong to her. Because here's the twist. In the Dutch version of Belen Game that Rick Evers read, there was Charles' name as one of the two who made the claims about Archie's skin color, something that apparently does not appear in the UK version of the book. Perhaps this is another sneaky way of the publisher to name the royal racist without getting sued by it. And in this regard, I just cannot believe that in this era of humanity, when we have gone this far, when we are at the gates of traveling to Mars in the near future, there are still people making drama out of race. I don't know. I come from Venezuela, and in most Latin American countries, we are all kind of mixes, the wildest mixes. I could say it like Donald Trump. We've got all the mixes, only the best mixes in the world. So Meghan and Harry using Discount Barbican to push this narrative again, and in such a way that is revealed in some countries but not in the UK, is something that cleared the pathetic limits long ago. And they are also using him for their regular marketing schemes, such as this one. Omid Scobie suggests Meghan Markle could become next Martha Stewart. Well, I, for one, agree, because she's got the required experience with candles, to be fair. She just has to be careful with those Archwell books, and I don't mean the band. But going back to Belen Game, let's not forget that everything that's in this stack of toilet paper in book form is hearsay. Like the Depp versus Heard trial, hearsay, when your claims are based on something that other people heard. And in this case, other people are an employee or some courtiers or my favorite, sources. So basically, it's like anyone can write anything as long as you claim that you had sources or an employee that told you so. But in this case, of course, it's different because the King of England is not going to sue you. You know that the never explain, never complain is going to kick in and you'll get a get out of Yale for free card, right? But this is how we know that this book was not made for profits. Not only the leaks demonstrate a series of old claims that have never been verified, but also adds others that cannot be proven. And since the excerpts that we have read so far are based on so many made up events, it's clear that this was written not with the intention of people actually buying it. To make this fact even more pathetic, Scobie is using the Sausage Squad to promote it. Yeah, that made me throw up a bit in my mouth. So, if this was not for profits, the only other angle is that this is a personal project of the Harkles to become relevant again thanks to new and updated racist claims. But this is going to backfire hard on them because I don't know about you, but if I worked in Hollywood, I wouldn't like to touch the Montecito morons with a 10-foot pole because I know that it would mean an instant racism claim 4 or 5 years down the line. Nobody's risking that. So far, Scobie has been blasted enough for writing a bunch of lies or things that he couldn't possibly know. For example, that the king is jealous of William. And well, if that's so, I must say that King Charles is a master at disguising his body language and masking his true emotions. But when you think about it, how could this Count Barbican know this? Does he have some kind of telepathic machine to get inside people's minds? Well, just in case, let me think of the word Bellend so he can read my mind and read it loud and clear. Even worse yet are other claims, such as it was Buckingham Palace that forced Catherine to cosplay as Diana because it was good for the brand, and even forced Meghan to cosplay Diana too. Yeah, I am not making this up. And lucky for us, we know that Meghan has been cosplaying Diana a long time before having any contact with Buckingham Palace. But the claim in itself is out of this world. Not to mention the way this Count Barbican speaks about Queen Camilla. I am not going to repeat his words, but it's safe to say that even those who don't support Camilla that much do not agree with the way this guy talked about her in the book. And that is saying something. There are other, well, even more strange passages in the book, such as this one where Scobie is talking about himself and one encounter with Prince William. He considers himself a wise counsel to palace staffers and can't believe they ignore his advice. There's a hilarious scene in which he's filming outside the gates of Kensington Palace and comes face to face with William driving out, standing inches from the front end of his Range Rover. There we were, virtually eye to eye. William, he says, gave him an unimpressed stare. No, Scobie, sorry to break your royal homoerotic fiction. It sounds like William did not really see you because, well, I don't know how to say this in a way that is not hurtful. You don't matter that much. You're just another fangirl who wants some kind of payback for being ignored by the object of your desire, and it shows, and it's sad. So that's the reason nobody believes that there were several conversations between Meghan and Charles, much less have a pleasant contact right now. And that's why this Count Barbican had to bring up that already disproven gossip that William was unfaithful to Catherine. I'm sure he also tried to talk to Giles Corran, the one who made that up, but I doubt that even that scoundrel thought that the recycled plastic ghostwriter was worthy of his time. But Rogues, you know that I want to know what do you think about this, so make sure you give me your opinion in the comments. And remember that you've got only 5 days left to get my Rogue Highlander and Much Love and Bliss merch before they are gone forever. So check the link in the description, and for any item you get, you'll receive a personal thank you video from me as well. My Royal Rogues, my name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue, and remember the 2 most important words: much love and bliss.